quick note, there will be very minimal editing in this video because I want to maintain as much value as possible. So if you guys are into, quick clips and elite editing to minimize, all the arms and all the E's, this is not the video for you. If you really want to get a valuable lesson from a man's perspective about men, then definitely stay for this video. You guys don't need freaking Subway Surfer on the side for you to, keep your attention span going. So, a lot of men express their emotions in many different ways. Some of us buy supercars, some of us buy sport bikes, and muffler deletes them and think that they're on top of the world. Some other people, they express themselves creatively, by singing, by dancing, by drawing, by editing videos, so far and so on. What people fail to understand is that the ultimate power, the ultimate strength that a man can have is being able to be vulnerable with their emotions. Meaning, I don't have to suppress how I feel because I think that makes me less of a man if I show my feelings. As a matter of fact, that is quite the opposite of what a strong entity is. Being able to express how you feel, why you feel that, and be vulnerable in front of your loved ones. I'm not saying in front of the world, I'm saying in front of your loved ones. Makes you the strongest type of entity that there is on this earth. It's not being a man and being strong is not about lifting 1,000 pounds and not flinching. It's not about, bench pressing 500 pounds, whatever. It's not about it. And I'm not saying this just to bullshit. I'm saying this from experience. I have been bodybuilding for 5 years now almost. And only the first year, 8 months in to be exact, I was already benching 3 plates, deadlifting 5 plates, squatting 4 plates. Right? So, but I did not feel strong. The reason being is because strength is not measured by how much you bench, or it's not measured by how many times, how less of rest you take. It's about how you're able to face your uncomfortabilities comfortably, confidently. The only way for you to actually express yourself and be content with your expressing, only when you are able to be vulnerable about your feelings and about your emotions to your loved ones, whether it's to your girl, whether it's your wife, whether it's to your mom, whether it's to one of your boys. And if your boys do not appreciate that, they are not your boys. The reason why I say this is because I see a lot of guys, including myself, including my past self, struggling with expressing. Guys suppress their emotions by a freaking M4 or a freaking sport bike and rev the shit out of it, thinking that this will make them feel better, but that's only temporary. The reason being is because it feels good. Either dopamine hits, or if you go to if you go to workout, you know, your body releases endorphins, which is basically pain suppression. So you're not really solving the issue, you're more like suppressing the issue. You know, you want to feel like you want to content create, whether you want to draw, whether you want to dance, whether you want to sing, you know, whether you want to talk to your boys about it, you want to open up to your loved ones. Do whatever it takes for you to be useful. And what I mean by useful is be the best version of yourself that you can be. Because only then is when you're able to be a useful entity in this universe. If you're holding a burden, if you're holding a freaking plastic bag filled with your burdens, it's heavy on you. It may not be heavy at first, but the more you hold it, the heavier it gets, right? I don't know if you guys studied physics. Stress and strain is going to strain on you. Common sense. If you hold it for more than, 5 minutes, it's going to feel like it's tons and tons, but it's only like what? 1 or 2 problems. But if you let them go, you're in a whole different echelon of comfort. And only then, when you're able to give back and be useful the way you should be useful. I may not be a subject matter expert, but I do have a couple of brain cells to realize that suppressing the problem is not fixing the problem. And neither should you. You may think you're like, oh, I'm smart enough to realize what the problem is. That's true. The problem with being too smart sometimes is you're unable to express yourself. You know what you need to do because you're smart enough to know it, but because you already have the solution, you're not going to bother with it. You're not going to bother working about it. We're on this earth for a limited time, and the reason why I make these videos is the same reason why I love having a motorcycle, because I enjoy it. Nobody told me to buy a motorcycle. Nobody told me to content create. I just did it. And I did it because I love it. If you guys have any questions and concerns, do let me know. With that being said, peace out. Take care.